This journey began almost 4 years ago. As a board, we always strive to be very proactive rather than reactive, and we lead the state in person-centered ways. We support people with disabilities and their families. Unfortunately, residential options for youth remain very limited, and the only option for many families was to send their children out of the county and in some cases out of the state. We knew that we could do better. When parents realize that there is an opportunity right here within their county for their child to receive the level of support they need that cannot be provided within the home environment, which is always what we try and want to try first. The structure that this home can provide is exactly what those families need because they want their kids back home. We didn't have this option in this county until now. We had this need, and the need continued to grow. So I met with some community leaders, and we started talking about what it would take to construct a home in the county that would serve youth. And then we received a call.
The Good family was neighbors in the neighborhood. I was always around the Good family with my dad, and one day I went in and he said, sit down, I want to ask you a question. And I was 16. He said, if something happened to Lois and I and Lyle, would you take care of us? And I said, I would. You know, during that whole thought process with him, the goal was to have enough money to take care of Lyle. So a trust was created that Lyle would be taken care of, but Mr. Good said, you know, maybe someday they could build a home.
The Good's son, Lyle, was supported by the Licking County Board along with provider CSS and LICO throughout his life until his death in 2018. So I reached out to the person who I knew would know the most about Lyle's family, and that's Mr. Charles Hagee, who's with us today.
When I first met Jason, he came with a 1.5-year plan that they'd had, but didn't have the capital to build a home.
As I spoke with Mr. Hagee and the trustee of the trust, it became very clear that the Goods' wishes were that if there was money left in the trust after caring for their son, that it would be great if we could build a home for people with disabilities. We realized that this really was fulfilling the dream that Charles Good had back in the 1980s.
Mr. Good's only thought was that to build a home for the children.
You know, it's really hard to remember how many pieces of property that we looked at before we got here. And our goal really wasn't about finding any property. It was about finding an ideal location where youth could thrive. This location is right across the street from where the Goods had their farm. I mean, gosh, we can build this home in their memory in the exact vicinity of where they lived. We want to make sure that the Good family is remembered forever, and this home will serve that purpose. So here we are, many months later, and we've come full circle. And I'm truly humbled to dedicate this house to Charles, Lois, and Lyle Good. And I know that it will make a difference for young people in our county for decades to come, and the many other families we support who go above and beyond to make sure that their loved ones have what they need to live a happy, fulfilling life. It's great to know that the county board has stepped up to the plate, and it's good to know that we had someone who thought of us and was able to provide the funding needed to construct this home. And this isn't going to be the only home. The need continues to go up, and we're meeting those needs.